Hi, good to see you again. Welcome back to Jesus Thoughts Podcast with Pastor Amie. I am so excited to share with you more about this Christ child and what child is this so we can get to know him better. Today we are talking about Jesus' favorite name for himself. Because if you remember last episode, the King of the Jews, Jesus never claimed to be the King of the Jews, never called himself that. But today, episode 17, Jesus used this name for himself arguably more than any other. When he spoke of himself in the third person, which he did often, he called himself the Son of Man. He did this 26 times alone in the book of Matthew. And at first that might sound like a really boring title, but there's way more than meets the eye with this title. Because again, as a Gentile who has not spent my entire life studying the Torah and the prophets and the Hebrew scriptures, I would miss the connotations that go along with this name when I just read it casually. So look at Matthew chapter 24. Jesus says, "The Son of Man will come on the clouds with great power and great glory." And again, a little later, "So you must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him." And again, when the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the angels with him, he will sit on the glorious throne. That sounds like a big deal. What you and I might miss, but what the Jewish disciples and rabbis and scribes would have definitely caught on to and immediately recognized that Jesus, when he uses this title, Son of Man, especially talking like he did, he's intentionally identifying himself with a character from the Old Testament because he's using almost word for word language from their scriptures. There's a certain prediction that Daniel makes in Daniel chapter 7, verses 13 and 14. I want you to hear this language. Daniel says, "In my vision at night I looked, and there before me was one like a son of man, coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. He was given authority, glory, and sovereign power. All nations and peoples of every language worshiped him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed." When Jesus talks about himself as the Son of Man coming on the clouds in this glory with all the angels with him, Jesus is trying to get their attention and directly claim that he himself is this character Daniel had a vision about. It's not just this puny human character. It's this cosmic end of times sort of one who will come and no one else will be able to do what this Son of Man can do. This one in Daniel's vision that had all the power in the universe coming on the clouds, the love power, right? Over every nation and people and language to drastically change the world and conquer evil forever. This is the kind of powerful Messiah Jesus is claiming to be. He's not after some puny earthly king title to sit on some comfortable earthly throne. Oh man, it's way bigger than this. That's what the meaning behind Son of Man really is, especially paired with the language Jesus uses. Because Son of Man is used in Elijah too, but it's not paired with this coming in the clouds type language. But that's what I love about this title. What seems to a casual reader as a pretty weak title, like aren't we all children of people, is actually the most powerful claim of any of these titles. Like, see that guy that's going to be coming on the clouds? I'm that guy. When Jesus says, "My kingdom is not of this world," the kingdom he's talking about is way bigger, like the whole universe. So the invitation today is to ask God to speak and be receptive to listen. Whether you feel like you are already close to God or really far away, invite God's grace and truth to guide you closer and closer to Christ. And the invitation is to worship this unimaginably powerful Son of Man. Amen. I invite you to subscribe to this channel and continue to journey with us toward Christmas Day.